It's the summer of 2023 and San Francisco residents are fed up with crime, specifically car break-ins. All day, every day, people roaming around the city, breaking in cars, breaking in businesses, rarely getting caught, and even if they do, they're not getting sentenced. So eventually, residents had enough of the chaos.
Voters in San Francisco decided to recall District Attorney Chesa Boudin.
Overwhelmingly, more than half of voters say the city, said yes to Proposition H, which was the question, should he be recalled? And now that Boudin is recalled, the next step is to figure out who's going to replace him.
After recalling the DA, the city replaced him with a hard-on-crime prosecutor. So now with his stance against crime, SFPD decided to step up as well with new tactics to take down criminals. May 25th, 2023. It's a Thursday night in San Francisco and Officer Kevin Burke is bored on duty. He already finished his box of donuts, so he's just driving around looking for anything. As he's patrolling the Ingleside neighborhood, he notices a black Dodge Hellcat parked on the side of the street. What is that doing around here? So he decides to pull up next to the Hellcat and run the license plates. This is when he discovers that the license plate belongs to an Audi A4 that was stolen in Oakland. Suspicious, right? So then he decides to run the VIN number of the Hellcat and it was reported stolen in Fairfield. So now Officer Burke could impound the car, run it for fingerprints, and hope there's a suspect. But this officer is smart and he knows that the car will be used in further crimes. So this is when he decides to put a tracker on it. Just gonna track the car until they commit more and more crimes and we can build a way bigger case. And of course, right away they're off to a fast start. Over the next week, they robbed 2 gas stations in the Excelsior and Pancho Villa Taqueria in the Mission. Then after this, they'd commit 12 different burglaries that police know of. But even after all this, police are still not ready to arrest them because sadly in San Francisco, 3 robberies and 12 burglaries will not send you to prison.
What the hell?
So police simply sit back and wait for them to commit more and more crimes. And although this seems like a smart plan, it would also be a costly one. June 5th, 2023. The robbery crew decide that they've hit enough licks and now they want to move on to something bigger. Claiming the life of a rival, in particular anyone from the zone. Being close friends of the fallen Dex and Money P, these dudes are allegedly furious and want revenge. And on this particular night, as they're scrolling through Instagram, they see all of the zone members outside. So instantly they strap up, hop in the Hellcat, and head over to the zone. 8:10 p.m. 8 zone members are posted up outside on Rose Street, the alley where they usually hang. And this is when the Hellcat creeps up to the alley and 3 members hop out. They blow down the alley. 7 of the members are able to duck and run away, but sadly a 25-year-old named Uera Blaylock would pass away. He was once a star football player at Mission High School and a protege of Chi. Truly a tragic situation for somebody who was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now after committing this tragedy, what do you think the rivals' next step is? You'd think that they'd go take the car to Oakland, light it on fire, or take it to the impound, just get rid of it by any means. But no, instead, they still want to use the car, so they take it right down to Eddy Street and park it on the street. Days later, after the investigation, police would spot the car parked on the side of the street, they run the plates and match it to the shooting. This is when Officer Burke contacts the homicide unit and says, hey, I was actually tracking that car, so I know exactly where it was the entire time. So he shows them that the car was tracked on Rose Street at the exact time of the shooting, and they're like, okay, thanks. But who was in the car? And this is when he's like, I never actually figured that out. So together, he and the homicide unit contact the gang unit looking for help. So based on the car being parked in front of KO, the gang unit goes through all the social media pages of KO members, and you won't believe this. This is where they discover an Instagram picture with the KO and Zooblock members standing in front of the stolen Hellcat. My bad for yelling, I just can't believe they do this. So just like that, the 4 guys would be arrested and now they're facing trial, so we'll see what happens.